This is the VELECTREC 26-inch 1000-watt motor peak electric bike, and let me tell you, having this bike right in front of me, it's hard not to be intrigued by its design and power. When I first laid eyes on this bike, the sleek and sturdy design caught my attention. The 26-inch wheels combined with fat tires give a bold, ready-for-anything impression. The white frame is clean and modern, and the build feels solid without being too overwhelming. It's not just a bike. It feels like you're about to hop onto something powerful, but not at all intimidating. It has this combination of ruggedness and reliability that makes you feel like you're ready for any ride, whether that's conquering a steep hill or just cruising around town. From the first touch, the VELECTREC bike feels like quality is a priority. The aluminum and carbon steel frame have this durability and slight heft to it, but it's balanced so that it doesn't feel unwieldy. The adjustable front suspension is another thing I noticed right away. It's one of those features that immediately promises a smoother ride, especially when you think about tackling anything other than smooth pavement. I also liked how thoughtfully accessible the battery is. It's removable, and the way it blends into the frame keeps it neat. No clunky or awkward design compromises here. I've seen plenty of bikes where the extra tech makes them look like an alien spaceship, but not this one. It makes an excellent first impression. When I first got on to test it out, I'll admit, I was a little hesitant. With features like a 1000-watt motor, a removable battery, and a 7-speed gear system, I wondered if I'd even know exactly what to do. And then there's the LCD screen. I mean, bikes these days feel like they've joined the tech boom, don't they? But it didn't take long before I realized how intuitive everything was. Even someone not super familiar with e-bikes can get the hang of the controls pretty quickly. The LCD display is clear, and it gives you all the information you need, like battery life, speed, and those pedal assist settings. It's practical and not overcomplicated, which I really appreciated. From my experience riding it, the standout feature has to be that powerful motor. It's a 1000-watt brushless motor, and believe me, you feel it the moment you start pedaling. I tested it on hills, trails, and regular city streets, and it handled them all with ease. There's no struggle when climbing slopes or accelerating. For those wondering, this bike is fast. It can hit speeds over 25 miles per hour, which is plenty to keep up with traffic or just enjoy the wind. Combined with the 7-speed gear system, I felt like I had full control over how I wanted to ride. It didn't feel like the bike was overpowering me or that I didn't know what mode to use. Speaking of modes, the pedal assist gives you 5 levels to choose from, and it's such a game changer when it comes to making the experience truly yours. Some days I felt like getting a little workout in and used minimal assist. Other times I wanted to sit back, relax, and let the bike handle more of the work. With those 5 modes, it was easy to switch between whatever suited my mood. For longer distances, the battery range of up to 70 miles was impressive. Whether I was planning for a long scenic ride or just running errands, I didn't have to worry about running out of charge. I also love that the battery is both removable and water resistant. I tend to be cautious with electric components and weather, but this bike feels durable for those kinds of conditions. What surprised me most, though, were the smaller features that really improved the ride. For example, the adjustable front suspension came in clutch on rougher surfaces. It took away most of the jarring bumps you might expect on rocky or uneven ground, so you stay comfortable even when the terrain gets rough. And for those who ride in the evening or night, I appreciated the inclusion of a bright headlight. It's not just a decorative feature, it's genuinely useful when visibility gets low. It made me feel secure, knowing that I had an extra set of lights to rely on. Now onto some things I didn't love as much. While this e-bike is incredibly capable, that power and all those features do come with weight. It's heavier than a typical bicycle, and I really noticed it when trying to move or lift it. The bike itself is well built, so the extra weight makes sense, but if you're someone who needs to carry their bike upstairs or onto public transport, this is something to consider. Another thing I found is that while assembly wasn't overly complicated, it did take some extra time and patience. Most of the bike comes pre-assembled, which I appreciated, but there were still a few tweaks that required attention. If you're someone who isn't comfortable with minor hands-on adjustments, it might feel like a small challenge. Charging the battery is straightforward, but it can take several hours to get a full charge. This isn't a huge deal for me, since I'd usually plug it in overnight, but if you forget to charge it in advance, you're stuck waiting instead of being able to quickly refuel like you would with a traditional bike. It's something to plan around for sure. The last minor downside is maintenance. As with any electric bike, you'll need to keep up with tire pressure, gear shifts, and brake function a bit more than a non-electric bike, particularly because you're dealing with more components here. But so far, everything has held up well under frequent use. In conclusion, the VELECTREC 26-inch 1000-watt motor peak electric bike is an excellent investment for anyone wanting a versatile and strong ride. It's perfect for commuting, city rides, or even more adventurous weekend trails. The power, adjustable settings, and overall comfort make it a standout option. Sure, it's not the lightest or simplest bike out there, and there's a small learning curve if you've never dealt with e-bikes before. But once you try it, it's hard not to appreciate what this bike has to offer. I will update specific information about the VELECTREC 26-inch 1000 motor peak electric bike in the comments. Don't forget to catch my next video.